Welcome back to the Culture of Currencies. You see, we have quite a bit of the silver we picked up this year laid out. If you have a piece of silver that you love that I have, I'm going to be going through a cull of my collection this year, probably in the next month or so. So if you have Christmas things you need to buy for those stackers you love, I'll be putting quite a bit of my generic up on my website, hobbysilver.com, as well as a handful of my world bullion coins. So if you are interested in those types of things, please go check those out in the coming weeks. I'll probably make a video of what I'm going to put on there. But if you have certain things that you like from my collection, be it generic or premium, let me know in the comments, as maybe I can negotiate getting rid of some of the things that I have collected so that you might enjoy them, because some pieces I love and some pieces I tolerate. And if you get love out of them more than I do, then why not give you that opportunity? So that being said, let's go ahead and get to today's video, which is about our Q3 findings when it comes to generic silver versus premium. I have the data. It's very interesting, but I want to show it to you so that you can be on page with me. Remember that what we've done is we've spent $100 a month on generic silver and bullion silver, and we've compared the metrics. How much did I pay in premiums, one versus the other? What are the values now? All that kind of stuff. And let's go ahead and take a look. So as you see right here in the green column, we have our generic purchase date. Let me get a zoom on this to help you out. There you go. The date we purchased, description of what it is, price, what spot was when I bought it, premium, and weight. The green is for generic, the blue is for premium. So we go through and we see kind of where we're at. When we first started, spot was at 24, we went to 22. Then we saw the rise, so to say. So here we are, closer to the 30s, some of them in the 30s. And then we have our premium bullion right here. So as you see, our premiums have been quite bigger. We averaged a premium over here that we'll get to in a second, but it's roughly around 2 or 3, whereas the premiums here are astronomically higher. But the big question is, do those matter over time because of the value of what these bullion coins are selling for? We'll get to that. But these are all the premium coins we got. Taking a look, you'll notice we have a couple of ounces left. There's 3 more ounces in the generic side than there is the premium, and that's just how it shakes out sometimes, because the premiums eat in to my $100 in each. But let's go ahead and get to our trackers before we get to the results. So here is our tracker. We have Q1 in yellow. The difference, as you see, in Q1 in the premium, we had $58 in the positive, and I get this by looking at multiple metrics. So one is, what are they selling for online in places like JM Bullion, APMEX, places like that. Numista is one of the best options. So I also go to places like eBay, where if I type in a coin like this one, you see it's in green. That's because we have a completed and or sold item, and in being completed or sold, it tells us what this actively has sold for. So I then will look at all of the prices that I can find, and I will average those to get an idea. So that's how we do it, our sources and methods for understanding what the price is at the time. So as you see, over time, we have our Q2. So we add all of those metrics for Q2, and now we are in Q3. So in Q3, we see quite a big movement. Obviously, we had spot over here being in the 20s range and paying $30 for a lot of these. So we see a big difference. The spot has moved up, which is to be expected. The question is, does the disparity warrant the premiums that you're paying for it at the time? So you'll notice when we go to Q3, which are these coins here, the disparity is much less. $2, $1, not quite a dollar, $18.27 overall. But it seems that over time, it's growing, a couple of bucks every quarter. And so right now, Q3 movement has us at $155, and our value overall up to this point is $1,117 if we are to be able to sell these at the price that it is averaging, which is obviously going to be probably a swing of $30 or so based on shipping and all that kind of stuff. But it gives you an idea. And here we have our generic bullion. Same thing. Month one was when silver dipped a little bit. So we have a negative 26. Okay. So what we did there is we looked at the spot we paid for it. Same thing. We check at the spot whenever we take our measurements and we lock that in. So this here is because it's a half ounce. Half of 24.6 is 12.3. But then we go down Q2. Same thing. We get to be positive in this month. So our movement $19 and our value being 608. And then we go to Q3. Value being 979, and our movement jumps quite dramatically. But you'll notice here, this is with spot moving from the 20s to the 30s. We saw a big jump happening in that avenue. We have spot marked at 31.86 throughout here. So that being said, we're all locked in there, and now we can get to what our data says. So first area, we have our generic price paid. We've paid $899 here. In our government bullion, we have $961 price paid, which is okay because we're averaging things based on their sector. Generic premiums being $79, almost $80 in premiums. Government premiums, $234.94. And average premium in the generic being $2.50. And bullion on the premium side of things is sitting at $8. Our ounce weight is roughly $3 different right here, as you can see. And I forgot to put in, it was 31.8. Oh yeah, that's because this is Q3. So this is going to be 31.86 was our locked in spot price for this. And then we come over here. Q3 gains and losses. Our regular generic premium is 80% positive, and our gains and losses overall for the government bullion is at $155. Brings us to a total value of $97968 on the generic side and a premium of $1117. So that being said, we are now back to understanding that this stuff is amazing either way you go. Currently, with spot being where it is, it does have more fluctuation here in the generic side of things, but you're pretty good either way as of this year. If you were to have started in January and just moved on, you'd be $80 positive. But there's basically a strong move towards the premiums being a better option, at least right now. So when we move to December and Q4, I have a question that I'll pose you. Should I keep doing this, or do the metrics basically at this point tell the story enough? Should this be something I continue into the next year or not? But like I said, we will be having a cull. So if you're somebody who definitely wants to get into the Christmas spirit a little bit early, here in the coming week or two, I might be putting up a video that has a bunch of my stuff for Christmas sales, so that if you want, let's say, this really cool Intaglio Mint Werewolf, which is a high relief 2-ouncer, chunky boy, or maybe you want a handful of the stuff that we've picked up, then let me know. So you can email me, put it in the comments, and tell me the type of stuff that you would like to see on the website for you to have an opportunity at. But that's what we have for you today. I love this data. I think that it really does tell a story, and I hope that you got something out of it. But we have one more quarter left, so this will be October, November, and December. And then once we have that, we will have wrapped up a full year of buying generic versus premium, and then we can use that to then gauge what we want to do in the future. But hopefully the data is helpful to you. So let me know in the comments, is this something that I should continue in perpetuity, or is it something where it basically tells the story as is? Thank you so much for watching, and please remember, as always, to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.